For years, I've had an idea to pay homage to some of my favorite jazz drummers, drummers that I've loved listening to and who have been very influential to me. With the group Jazz Legacy, we play a combination of original tunes and music that is associated with some of the great jazz drummers. The idea of Drum Legacy, standing on the shoulders of giants, is that we took the footage that was filmed at the Modern Drummer Festival 2006, where I played with Jazz Legacy, and we played a full set of music that was tunes that are basically in tribute to and inspired by some of my favorite jazz drummers and some of really the great jazz drummers. It's a very valuable project, especially for drummers that are interested in learning about these different drummers, learning about some of the concepts and fundamentals of jazz drumming, and beyond that, drummers that are interested in knowing about the history of where all this drumming tradition and history and information comes from. It's the type of information that the drummers from the 60s were very tuned into. And when I say that, I mean, of course, the jazz drummers of the 60s, but also the rock drummers of the 60s. Say like John Bonham and Ginger Baker and Mitch Mitchell and Charlie Watts. And these drummers grew up listening to these great jazz drummers. They grew up listening to Philly Joe Jones and Buddy Rich, Gene Krupa, Elvin, and Art Blakey, and so the information in the Drum Legacy DVD is the type of information, in a way, many of those drummers were familiar with that helped them create the drumming that they came up with. That was what I would call some of the fundamental foundation of rock drumming. But even, if one specializes in a small area, you can very much benefit from seeing a big picture and being educated as to where did that come from? Where did the heavy metal drumming come from? Where did R&B drumming come from? Pop rock drumming come from, or where did certain styles of jazz drumming come from? And by studying the drummers that came before, and you see the progression, it gives one a lot of insight into how to do what you're currently doing better. And one of the ways that happens, that occurs, is that if you have certain favorite drummers that you love to listen to and love to emulate, well, who did they listen to and who did they emulate? And so on, and it starts that cycle. It's then, okay, well, he listened to this guy, and then, well, that guy listened and was influenced by that guy. This type of research, of course, mixed with your own creativity, your own playing opportunities, and your own practicing skills, how you put all this together, how you work on it, you come up with a unique package that's all your own, a unique sound that's all your own. But that usually doesn't happen to any degree of depth without quite a bit of study and homework and really taking it, I call it taking it seriously. It depends on how serious you are about music and about drumming.